about it? All right, hello.
Hi.
And welcome back to Wine Liars Beer. I'm Amy.
I'm Dina.
And we have a guest.
Kara.
Okay.
Yes.
Kara's been so kind to invite us to her house.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But apparently what we need to do is bring in some current events. So we're going to talk about teen moms.
Oh, yeah.
Teen moms.
That's
what is going on with them?
All right, so
they're like reliving their.
It was the same.
Well, the Teen Mom OGs were like focused on them, right?
So recently, if you guys don't know, because
I'm a big Teen Mom fan.
So Farrah was arrested last week.
Yes, okay.
And I was like, what are those? Like, God, praise hands in the air, emoji
about
hands.
time, right?
Yeah.
Not even about time.
Is she the one with all the plastic surgery?
Yes, and the porn video.
And the
Yes.
porn. And I think for a lot of Teen Mom viewers, a lot of Teen Mom viewers, like I'm a big fan. I've been ready for her to be gone from the show for a really long time, and I actually fast forward through her segments.
Oh.
Because I can't even.
She's a disaster.
And she has the mom who had like
the mom was crazy. No.
Oh, okay.
The mom like hit her or something.
Yes, you're thinking Janelle.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, that's Janelle.
Right,
but she had. Meanwhile, she accused her parents of all these terrible things, but then would have her dad living in her home and her mom coming in to take care of the daughter while she's out in Vegas doing, Playboy stuff.
I don't think that she didn't experience some kind of trauma growing up, but I think it was completely inflated. And now, if you start to follow her tweets, not that I do, if you follow her tweets and you follow the things that she says in interviews, I think this is like a severe instance of like bipolar disorder.
Wow.
And she needs to get help. I don't think she's receiving help. I think she's self-medicating.
Probably.
And the unfortunate thing is she's bringing her daughter along for the ride.
and putting her daughter in
harm's way.
Yeah.
Because, so just before this instance at the Beverly Hills Hotel, Sophia, her daughter, was seen poolside with her an hour prior.
So she was there.
How old is her daughter now?
I don't know.
8,
They're like not 8, 9.
They've been around for a very long time.
10 years.
This show's been around for
Wow.
a period of time. So I was not, I wouldn't say excited, but I shouldn't have hatred for people I don't know, but I think that's just what happens.
She's just mean too.
Oh,
she's
so
just a mean girl.
And you think that's how she is in real life?
No,
Yes.
she is.
Yes.
Like you see her with the producers, and she's just.
She got a porta potty because she didn't want the camera crew using her personal bathroom.
Stop it.
This is like
That they couldn't come in her house and use her bathroom.
And other people on the show, they perceive the producers and the camera crew and as family.
Yes.
They've been with them for 10 years. She's known these people for 10 years.
And they're with you 24 hours a day, because they're filming your like most intimate moments. And she ordered a porta potty for like executive producers.
Not that she can't like afford a septic to come in.
Yeah.
And we know about septic crews.
Yeah.
They're affordable.
Yes, a couple $100. Yeah, she's out there giving her mom $5,000 to get herself a facelift. And pretty sure she can.
So
somebody use her bathroom.
Now, the other teen mom that I think is completely on her way out right now is Janelle.
Really?
I don't know if you know about her husband, David.
I thought she was plateauing. Now she was
plateauing, so now her husband, David, has been completely fired from the show from homophobic rants that he made on Twitter. This is going back a few months, and now he was completely fired, not welcome back to the show, and now I don't know what's going on with her because they used to call her the Carolina Hurricane. Like she was just extreme, and she like took everything to the extreme, and she was her own. I don't think she was ever her own girl. She's always needed to be with a guy, but now she seems to be kind of like subservient. So now that like they're not welcoming her back to the show, she's making things really hard for production.
Wow. Now, her and the boyfriend are still together?
No, I think that's her husband.
They're married.
Oh,
yes, and they have a baby.
Yes.
Another girl.
Yes, another little
and
girl.
he has his own kid, so they have like a huge
Stop,
blended family right now.
You didn't even let on that you knew this much.
I know, I'm
love Teen Moms.
Yeah.
Nope, I love them. Yep,
Yes.
I follow them on everything. Yeah.
So now the real truth for me is
They're like my forever long Nancy Botwood.
I never did Twitter. This is really bad. Recently, I made a Twitter account just so I can follow the Teen Moms.
God.
But I think the only people I follow on my Twitter account is the Teen Moms and their parents.
Because they
Not
also
even
they
kidding.
talk to each other so much on Twitter.
And they like put each other's shit out.
Well,
well,
I was following Hollywood Gossip is the column that I was following for the longest time. But what they are reporting on are everyone's tweets. Mm-hmm. So I just decided to dive in there for myself, and I made myself a Twitter account. And but I have to say, my Teen Mom of choice, I don't know who yours is. Mine is Kale.
Okay.
Like Kale is my girl.
She's very Kale. She has Javi was her husband. And
She was on this whole original.
Yeah.
Blonde.
No, she's Teen Mom too.
Okay.
But you would know. I think you know who she is.
She has her first son is Isaac. And then she married Javi, who's in the military.
Yes. Okay.
And they had big
tattoos.
They had a miscarriage, and then they separated. I don't think they had a very toxic relationship.
They did. Jealous.
To begin with, and now she just recently had a baby named Lux.
Oh.
And she's not with Lux's father.
Yeah.
But she's just, my thing for Kale is she's so feisty and independent, and she, whether anybody else thinks it's right, wrong, or indifferent, like she just, am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
She doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And like I love that about her. Because she's just like she's doing her. And also, if you've been a fan for a really long time, Kale comes from a rough childhood. A mom who didn't really show her the love and kindness that a mother should show a daughter. She was left on her own with this baby after she split up with Joe, and she fought tooth and nail to support this child.
Wow.
Went on government support, filed for everything she needed, wrote these books, went to school. She has a graduate's degree right now.
Wow.
So she isn't just like milking MTV. She's like doing
her. For sure.
And I'm sure, I think they make $75,000 a season is what I heard per person. So if like
I think it might be more than that.
Well, now,
yeah.
But do you think they're all making the same, or do you think it's
you guys
Brianna does not make what they make, but also I'm hoping Brianna does not come back at all.
But they also, you have to think about the endorsements that they have and the other things,
appearances,
right.
Like
so I mean, MTV is paying them, let's say $100,000. Oh yeah, the ads, like every time they make a comment about a product that they're using, they're making.
Or even like they'll share, like I guess you call it clickbait.
Yeah,
they share clickbait on their Instagram, and I can actually tell. This is how sick I am. Like, guess who's having a baby? And they'll show a picture of someone who's not having a baby, but I'm like, I already know who's not having a baby. Like, I already know who's having the baby. You're not going to trick me into
right. I have been, swiping left with them lately because I'm not swiping
up.
They're getting a little dramatic in their own sense. But.
Now there's a few that I remember that I don't know their names. So there was, Amber.
Yes, okay. Amber.
Amber just had a baby.
She did. What's her story?
Guy
that found her on
No,
Twitter.
she's not with Matt anymore.
Right.
She's not with Matt anymore.
Was he the original boy?
No, Gary.
No, Gary
Gary
original was custody of Leo.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So he has custody.
She was a hot mess for a while.
She was in jail.
Yeah. Okay.
She like real jail.
Yeah.
Like orange suit jail. Yeah. Wasn't just like.
I don't think it was real jail. No, I think she ended up in treatment jail.
Right.
But they still had to wear orange.
Yes,
orange is
jail.
difficult.
And then they released her in an ugly gray sweatsuit. Like, come on.
Yeah. But she still has those sweats, and I bet they're the most comfortable sweats she's ever rocked in her life.
Still, they had the.
So then she was with Matt. Matt actually, they were set up with joint accounts, and he wiped her out.
I'm sure he did.
Stole a lot of money, and then when she went to talk to the lawyers, they told her, listen, it's going to cost you just as much in lawyer fees. as the amount of money he stole, so she let it go. She met a guy named Andrew when she was doing celebrity relationship something or other.
Yeah,
with
that's
Matt.
another show, right? So we have Teen Mom, so 75 grand, another show, 75 grand, and that's why they live in these high ceiling, beautiful homes.
Unless you're Janelle and you piss your money away.
Yeah, well.
And then
she's had her ups and downs.
Yeah.
There was the one who had, did she have twins where like one had the
Leah.
Yes.
So Leah has
I remember some of it.
One of them has
I don't know what it's
I don't know what it's called, but she's a little bit delayed.
Yeah.
It's muscular. It's not a mental delay. It's a muscular and it's a very, very small percentage diagnosis that people get. It's I think it's a form of like muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, I think so.
So she has her two twins, and the one they're saying isn't supposed to live past a certain age. But at this point, she's kind of defying the odds. She's supposed to be completely wheelchair bound at this point. And this kid is feisty. She doesn't want to use her wheelchair. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to use swimmies in the pool.
Right.
She's pushing, and she's pushing hard. I think her doctor's concerns are that if she pushes too hard, that I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but Leah had her issues too. She was in, they say, rehab for anxiety at one point. My opinion
she was
of that
self-medicating
is
also,
she was self-medicating,
absolutely,
as people do. And you know what? I don't know what I would do if I was in a position.
No, and I mean, listen, the exposure to everything and how easy it is, and I have no idea because they really didn't put this out there, but I do know from other experiences that you go to a doctor and you say, listen, I can't deal with life, and they're like, here's
this, now deal with life.
And then you go back and, that's not really working, and we'll add this to it.
Well,
you know what I mean?
And then you have a camera in your face, documenting
everything,
your responses
to
these
tell them you're wrong or anything that's going on.
You feel so much better about the situation,
and they want the drama, so they want to capture this moment.
Absolutely.
Guess what Leah might be doing? We never really found out exactly what was going on, but we do know that she was nodding in a conversation with the girls.
Yeah. But it's been 2 seasons, and like she is on the up and up.
I follow her on Instagram as well, and she's like a badass mom now, posting
carrying herself so well.
all of the things that she's doing and how she's feeling about herself, and the positive networks that she's making. So
like if I think for Teen Mom. So stop, Chelsea. Poor Chelsea never gets a shout out. So Chelsea with the perfect red hair, the perfect red hair that every hairdresser wants to know. How did you get that shade of red hair, Chelsea? Never gets recognized as much because Chelsea's just like the most epic mother that she's flying under the radar on Teen Mom. The most drama that she has going on in her life is what her I don't like to call them baby daddies.
Well, that's what they are.
I don't like anyone to call my daughter's father my baby daddy. Yeah, I like him to be called my daughter's father.
Well, culturally,
in certain instances, the sperm donor gave my daughter life. He's a complete fucking loser. Adam Lane. She has risen above. She has a wonderful husband. They have a gorgeous son, Watson, who's so adorable. They have another baby on the way, and I feel like she doesn't get enough airtime because there's not enough drama going on there.
Right, exactly.
And a lot of fans are feeling that way, and a lot of fans are feeling like they want to see more in Chelsea because they don't want to see this ridiculous drama.
But do you remember when Adam was a disaster and a mess and how much airtime she got then?
It's still going on, but I think it's the way she handles it now.
But that's why she's blocking it and she's not allowing it to take over her life. She used to let her take over her life. The sobbing, the crying, the wanting to be with Adam, the wanting to have the family, but now everything has come full circle for her.
And Cole's just been such a blessing to her. They have a third child on the way. He's completely adopted Aubrey, and now Aubrey is Aubrey Lynn, which is her original last name.
Yeah.
DeBow, which is his last name.
Oh, wow.
Adam gave it up? Yeah.
Adam kept the last name. Adam said I'll give up my last name if I don't own any back child support.
Really?
True story.
What an asshole. All right. All right, so usually we invite people to our homes or our place, but this time we were invited to another home, and it is...
Not what we expected.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
In fact, we didn't even know it existed. So we're totally locals, and we've been down this road like a million times, and as we were pulling up, I called, and I'm like, we're here. Are we on the right Cedar? Because this is a big...
There's one Cedar.
Well, there was Cedar Grove, Cedar Walk.
It's a big house.
Yeah, you said it was a big house.
You thought I owned a mansion.
I said it's not a big house. It's a freaking
That's sweet.
bowling house.
Yeah.
So
I occupy a quarter of this house, but I have to say, the most bougie quarter of this house.
yeah, I'd say.
So, this house is a giant old Victorian. I am happy to own the big old chunky moldings, hardwood floor throughout. I don't think I'd live here otherwise. I love my house, but I did not live in this apartment a few years ago.
Where did you live?
I lived up the stairs across the hall.
Let's get to the start of it.
Wait, so there's what, 5 apartments?
There's actually 5 units in here. So, 2 on the first floor, 2 on the second floor, and then there's a full unit on the 3rd floor. Legally, Patchogue Town Village.
Yeah.
You can't rent out that 5th unit, so my landlord occupies it as his office, but really, his mother stomps around up there a few times a year. So whenever his mom comes to visit.
Patchogue has a lot of rules.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, there's so many rules.
No, I appreciate them, and I'll get to that at some point.
All right.
So
okay.
living in a 5-unit house. We're
All right, so you didn't always live here.
No, I lived. So I'm one of those lucky kids that lived at one residence their whole life, which was actually only 60 seconds from here.
Yeah,
so when I had the opportunity to move to this location, it worked out really well. Pepper was maybe 4 months at the time. And I found this apartment, and I'm really into, character. So this house has a lot of character.
Yeah, definitely.
So like the wood floors and the walls are a little wonky, and the door frames. And some of the switch plates for the lights are just weird, and I don't know. I like that as a person.
My favorite part is the high
ceilings.
Yeah.
So when I first moved here on the 2nd floor, the ceilings aren't as high, but I had this beautiful French panel door. With this like crystal knob, and it was going into, at that point, our bedroom.
Yeah.
So you guys have seen my bedroom down here. My bedroom up there was just as large, but there was only one of them.
Okay.
Now I have 2 bedrooms downstairs for Pepper and I. For listeners who don't know, it might seem strange. Pepper is not just a condiment or a vegetable. That is my child. My father, who's a Patchogue native. Amy's actually my second cousin. I'm a Coleman. My father has lived in Patchogue forever, and he insisted my daughter be named Pepper. That's a story for a different time.
Okay. All right, we'll get to that one day.
I just want to, sometimes people hear Pepper and they're like, oh, they have a kitten. I have a cat.
You got a bedroom?
I have a 3-year-old. So, going on that, I have a 3, almost 4-year-old. We moved upstairs, fixed up the place, and it was home. My daughter learned how to walk and talk there. But when I first moved in, I was putting together these custom-made radiator covers. Yeah. So if you look around, I have these steam radiator covers. We are an old house that was built in the 1800s, and back then the heating way that they did.
Yeah.
Were these giant steam radiator covers.
Super hot, so
and I was concerned that my child would get burnt. So my father and I built these custom radiator covers for upstairs, and it kept us from moving into the house for a little bit. So I do have some friends who did the painting and the spackling up there and helped me with these radiator covers. They're all island applications. My friends Eddie and Robbie, they were actually there when my daughter was born, really good friends of mine, and they were just willing to dig in, help me fix up the place, and they did. And I can remember sitting on the counter upstairs, and Pepper's father and I were together for about 9 years when she was born. And at the time that I rented the apartment, and just before I rented the apartment, I saw on Facebook that my last boyfriend I had before I moved into the place had recently got married.
Alright, so how did you feel about the last boyfriend though?
You know what? He was a guy who would have provided
for like
us.
what if guy? You ever think I have what if
Listen,
guys?
I'm a girl that doesn't have what ifs.
Everybody has a what if though.
No, I really. No. Have you followed me on social media?
I know, but what people present and put out there can sometimes be a little bit different.
Maybe at that point in time where I'm sitting on that counter
and you saw him outside the window.
To be presented as a what if, I don't think I can accept it as that because I'm just.
I don't know. Did you fantasize about like what your life could have been like
that moment?
Yes, so that's a what if. That is a what if.
So I saw on Facebook that my ex had gotten married. So I'm sitting on the counter and I look behind me out this window and I'm like, God, that looks like Matt. And I'm like, no, you're just crazy.
Because you
just got married.
Yeah.
You just got married. Like you're thinking about him. Like, and that's extreme. So a week later, I faced the mailbox. And his last name was on the mailbox.
The same house that you're living in.
And then I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
You're living in the same house as the what if guy.
I'm not living in the same house. I'm living above my ex-boyfriend and his new wife. This is not what if.
I mean,
this
the new
This
wife.
is not what if. This is
That
holy
should have
shit.
been me kind of
This
shit
is
downstairs.
holy shit.
But your landlord didn't tell you about the other people that were living here?
No.
Well,
why would
how
he?
would he
Renting
know
a
who
unit.
But okay.
Say that there was like this woman
He
here.
really did. He said, there's a really nice couple that lives below you that just got married last
And a
month.
crazy lady that lives across the hall.
Oh, I didn't get that. So
No, you
when
didn't.
I first moved in here, my landlord made it very clear that there was a woman who lived across the hall who had been here for some time and that she felt as if this house was her house and that if I wanted to stay here, I had to stand my ground and make it very clear. And I was really concerned by this.
Yeah.
I was a young woman with a 4-month-old child. I was moving out of my parents' house every time I have ever lived with anyone previously. I had lived on my own, but not with a baby. And he's telling me there's a crazy lady living across the hall,
But it's not even like saying that she's crazy, just in so many words. Like, just insinuating.
Well, then there was this woman downstairs in the apartment across the hall, which is now the residence where I reside. So what happened to her? That's a question. So when I first met her, she was a really sweet woman. Her name was Noreen. She planned on retiring here, and she was like, oh, and by the way, the woman who lives across the hall from you is completely fucking insane. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. I had a 4-month-old child. I had signed a lease. I'm getting from my landlord that there's a crazy lady. I'm getting from the woman downstairs that there's a crazy
and your fucking
lady.
ex-boyfriend is
And now I know my ex-boyfriend and his new wife are living below me. And I'm just like,
part
what
ever.
do I do with my life right now? So finally, we get everything in place. The painting is all done. The radiator covers are in place, and I'm walking up the hall with Pepper on my hip. She's probably 5 months old at that point. I'm walking up the hall, and this woman, I wish you could see the hand motion, busts out in the hallway, and she's like, hi, oh my goodness, is this your daughter? You must be the new tenant. I'm so happy to see you. And I go, Debbie? And she goes, Kara? And this is my best friends growing up, had not a live-in nanny, but I thought she was a live-in nanny growing up because she took care of us.
Okay, so
wait a second, you know
the crazy lady.
I knew her from 10 years old to 18.
Oh my God.
She had a hand in raising me. She was my best friend's nanny. So anytime that house, her parents weren't there. They were running a business. They were busy. It wasn't,
right.
She was our caretaker.
What? Okay. So here you are.
I said, you're the crazy in my head. You're the crazy lady everybody's talking about.
Was she crazy when you knew her, though?
Yes.
Okay.
But this is the kind of crazy I can accept because you love me.
Right, and you know me.
And it's going to be okay.
Yes, so you could be this crazy. So does she bother you now?
He's crazy, yeah.
She does bother you?
Not now, but let's rein it back, Amy.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. First of 3 years.
So wait, so your apartment's done. You're looking out your window. You're wondering what would have happened if you had not been with Pepper's dad, but stayed with previous boyfriend who just got married and
to the wife that lived below me.
God, that sucks. They live in my building. So what's going on?
Beyond my building.
No. All right, hold on. Right, this is not an apartment building. This is a house.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful, big house.
We are really close.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was above that.
You all share the same foyer.
In this house, like, I'm a loud sneezer, but even so, like, if someone sneezes, you know about
I am a loud sneezer too.
Yeah, you're like an obnoxiously loud sneezer.
I sound like a cowboy.
No,
sometimes.
I am like a screamer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm a sneezer screamer.
So I felt completely like at ease knowing that Debbie was across the hall. She really did take care of me.
Because she's like your nanny now. She's crazy lady nanny.
Keyword. Crazy lady. I'm whispering because she can hear me.
Oh my God, I am so sorry.
All right, so we are, let's fast, no, so my ex-boyfriend lives below me. So
Hold on, but wait, he doesn't know you live here yet. He doesn't know you live here. You saw him out the top window.
Oh, I forgot
that
point.
Yes.
So he saw, So then I started. So
then you started getting a little crazy.
Yeah.
I started parking
like
a block and a half down, feeling some type of way. I guess because, to be honest, as a woman, I was a single mother with a child, probably 8 years past our breakup, and he had just gotten married, and I just moved into a place alone with a 4-month-old. I shouldn't have felt that way. I should have felt like empowered, like, hey, I pay the same amount of rent that you do.
Right.
No, it wasn't even about that. It was just I didn't want to see you. I parked down the block. So I used to walk with a baby carrier down the block.
With a 50-pound baby carrier plus a 50-pound baby.
She wasn't 50 pounds.
I know.
But it felt that way. Until finally my landlord said to me, how long are you going to act like Matt's not living downstairs? And I'm like, Matt who? Who's Matt? And he's like, you're going to act like you don't know. He said, everyone in this house knows.
Oh my God, so they were all talking behind your back as you're
apparently. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. Like Matt's telling everyone.
I was going to say, Matt must have,
So you might be Matt's wife.
I'm not Matt's wife. Matt has a wife.
What if?
Oh, what if? I thought you said wife. No.
He wants to talk about it. There's something going on there.
Which I think made the whole thing really uncomfortable. So I'm like, I'm like a lady. Apparently ladies make those noises. And I walked into the house one day and his door was just beyond the entryway, and he opened the door and he's like, how long are we gonna act like we're not living here? And his wife popped behind him and she's like, hi, I'm Katie, nice to meet you. And I'm like, hi, this is the most awkward situation I've ever been in. And,
oh my God, you have to do this every time you leave your own home or want to come back to it.
Oh my God.
This went on for a couple months, and then he started to text me, I think out of complete, like, just being like a decent human being, like, hey, if there's anything that you need from me, like, I noticed that you don't have male help. I guess, you know, men feel like you need male help, which I didn't. Until one day I needed a couch delivered. So I texted him, like, listen, this couch, I'm swapping out my couches, and I'm gonna need male help. But I'll grab the other side. If you wouldn't mind, if you're around that day, can you just help me bring it up? They moved out the following weekend.
Did you think
without
this is
any
like
rhyme or
purely
reason?
coincidence?
I think she did not know that he texted me his new number. I think she felt uncomfortable by it. I think that maybe in her situation, I would have felt uncomfortable. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything past that.
Did he help you with the couch?
No, they moved out.
So they moved out before the couch?
No, he actually said, listen, I'm sorry, I can't help you with your couch, and they moved out the following weekend.
Oh my God, the new wife had a shit fit.
How was she when you ran into her?
Super nice.
Oh.
But she probably didn't know who you were at the time.
No, I'm saying
Wait, she did know?
She knew.
Yeah, after they were introduced to each other.
Yeah, she knew. I think he wasn't, that's why, like, I'm going to say,
Oh my
that's
God.
why, like, I feel
you
like.
know what? He was totally distracted by her in the building.
Yeah, I
That's
think he was
exactly what it
distracted,
was.
but not to the point where he was unfaithful to her
No,
or
absolutely
anything.
not.
But I mean, think of the way
still.
you felt when you realized that
It was
living
him.
in
You
the
were
building
trying to
and-
hide.
Distracted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Distracted.
We were both
Yeah.
completely distracted by
And as a
one another.
newlywed, that new wife would cause severe
and don't worry,
infuriation.
I'll unfollow everyone.
Well, I mean,
the truth is
you didn't
that
really say nothing happened.
Right. The truth is he had asked me out to dinner a few times while she was away.
Wait,
at
so
college.
they were married, living
No, they
in
weren't
the
married
apartment.
yet. No,
Oh,
they weren't
weren't.
married. They weren't living downstairs.
All right. So this is before this whole living situation.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I think he tried to link up with me a few times before that to see if anything
Still existed.
And at that point in my life, I was not at a point in my life to carry on that relationship.
Were you in another relationship?
No, I just
Oh,
wasn't.
you weren't. Okay.
No, I just well, when me and Matt split up, Pepper, my daughter's father, was in my life and had come into my life, and he basically told me, this was early on, like, it was him or Matt, and I chose him and John, just put it out there, who's my daughter's father, was not in the best position to put himself up for having a relationship with me long term. But that's what I wanted, and that's what I chose. And I hurt Matt. And I hurt Matt really bad. And I think when he came or approached me in the later years, seeing if there was something still there, I think I was so deeply in love with Pepper's father that even though maybe he would have been the right thing for me,
Yes.
You didn't see it at the time.
But this is a whole. I said right before we came here, we're like brainstorming a little bit, and I'm like, why do good girls always go for the bad guys? And this is the exact topic that I was talking about.
I think at 31
Why?
I'm not a good girl.
No,
but in
but
those early years I was.
But you are a good girl right now. Like, you're holding your own. You've got your
this
shit
is true.
together. I mean, like, internally.
As far
and I'm
as-
not
as
even
far as-
talking about like in the
yeah.
moment. I'm talking about wholeheartedly, like soul, like
Yeah,
deep.
soul, I'm a good girl.
Right?
Like, as
Like,
far
you
as,
don't mean any
as far
harm.
as
You don't
who
wanna
I
do
am
anything.
to men now, I'm savage. I don't even want you.
Right,
Like, my new
right.
thing is,
And that's
like,
the whole thing
if
that-
you're
that I
taking
said
up
was-
space on my couch, I find that to be suffocating.
Much, right?
You need to wait.
Unfortunately.
Like, I just need to watch this Netflix series on my own. My toes feel cramped. Get off them. Excuse yourself. There's the door. That's how I feel to this day.
Say bye to Deb on your way out.
Yes, right? The crazy lady upstairs.
But, no, she might need a visit. Get a little knock. A soft one.
No. I'll be running to my car real fast.
Yeah. We got a crazy in our life right now.
I won't even look behind.
So that happened, and then they were gone.
And that was it.
That was it.
Have you heard?
Vincent?
Yeah, that's my big question.
Well, she friended me on Instagram, and
Wait, what? She did?
Yeah.
Oh,
your friends
stalker
close, but
status.
No, friends closer.
Right?
Enemy's closer.
We're creeping and trolling.
And I often like pictures of their new child. You know, that's the like sound.
Yeah, I get it.
Which I do.
Tap.
I wish everyone happiness. But so then I moved downstairs and across the hall because I don't know if you remember from earlier in the story, Noreen, who said Deb was absolutely nuts. Noreen was like 60 and she just couldn't take it anymore.
She couldn't take the building anymore? The house. What's going on?
She couldn't take Deb anymore.
So she moved.
We're whispering. Deb can hear us.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna get to that point.
Okay.
So actually, so there's the U-Haul in the driveway. And I walked downstairs, and Sean, Doreen's a really good looking son, is in the driveway moving furniture, and I'm like, are you moving somewhere? And he's like, no, I'm actually moving my mom out. And I was like, what? And I didn't mean to get excited, but I was like, what? Because, like,
So you're thinking, yeah.
Maureen had invited me into this apartment before, and I knew how adorably quaint it was. It was 2 bedrooms. It would be perfect for Pepper and I, and, I didn't want to jump in anyone's grave, but what? Your mom's moving out? I'm so disappointed. So I jumped right on that gravy train, and I called my landlord, and he told me that it was true, that she was moving out, and that he was going to offer me the apartment because he knew that I had my eye on it. So I decided to move downstairs and across the hallway. And that was after I really did put a lot of love and effort into that apartment up there. I felt custom radiator covers. There was this gorgeous French panel door that I put in I found it on the side of the street. That's just who I am. I like to fix up
I love that kind of thing. Yeah.
And I just love that apartment. And my hairdresser at that time was like, wait, you're giving up your apartment? I'd love to move in. And she had a young daughter, and I just thought it would be a good fit. 2 single mothers living in the same house, so she was going to take over that apartment. And our landlord said I could move down here, and it just felt like really, really good. At that point in my life also, Pepper's father, John, I was separating from. He hadn't changed any of his ways. If you know what, I should just really put it out there. Pepper's father has always had another relationship going on, an existing relationship.
Like it existed before you?
Oh, before me, but I was also 20 years old.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I thought he was the stars, the moon, the sun. At 20 years old, I think I believe in soulmates. I believe in the air being sucked out of the room when you first walk in. I believe in true love, but I also think that at a young age you're dumb enough to believe certain things. I also believe that you don't have value in the things that should have value, and those are mistakes that I made when I was younger. But I was moving on with my life. He wasn't really a part of our life anymore, and it was like a fresh start for us to move downstairs.
Right.
So we had moved downstairs, and we were about to move downstairs, and I have to whisper, Deb, upstairs. that we were gonna move downstairs, and she lost her shit.
But you're not going anywhere.
No, but apparently
She wanted to move
I have when I went to move in down here, Pepper was 2 years old at that point, and she's like, "Your daughter is a spoiled little bitch." She told me. She stomps across the floors. She's 2. She learned how to walk a year ago. She's not that good at it, and she walks a little harder than, say, a 10-year-old would.
So why wouldn't she want to get rid of you?
I turned to her at one point, and she had raised her daughter, Alyssa, who is a beautiful young girl, lives in California at this point, is successful, marrying a lawyer. She's an amazing young girl who, as I expressed, she was my
Nanny.
best friend's nanny growing up. Yeah. I grew up with Alyssa. I grew up with her daughter. She raised a beautiful young girl in this apartment, and I just expressed to her that, like, I hope people showed you more kindness than you're showing me right now when you're raising your daughter in this house. And I think any kind of change, and that's the truth, any kind of change going on in an apartment house is difficult.
Yeah.
So I had a friend of mine move upstairs across the hall, and I moved down here, and it was difficult to begin with. And she was difficult. She started doing all the same things she did to Noreen. And I knew why Noreen moved out, because Deb, I'm whispering, Deb used to tell me, now before I moved down upstairs, and when she didn't want me to move down here, we had this huge argument. And she started pulling quotes from me and John's arguments that we would have upstairs across the hall.
She was trolling in real life?
She was trolling in real life.
What?
Standing on the, I guess, the platform between the two apartments and listening to our arguments. I understand if you can hear an argument from across the hall, to step into the entryway of the hallway
and then use it against you,
and then in argument spit it and spit it back out. So my final like throw it down was like, you are fucking nuts. Like, you know the specifics of my relationship, my arguments. If that is not like stalking and that is not real, I don't know what is. And she's like, well, if you don't want anyone to hear it, you shouldn't be saying it. And now, I should whisper. I'm gonna get real close. I should whisper.
God.
Her daughter moved cross country without telling her. And I was like, your daughter's cross country without telling you for a reason. You are not right. Like, I have a lot of love for you, but you're not right in the head. Get your life together. We're talking about, and Pepper was like 1.5 at the time. We were talking about me and a 1.5, 2-year-old baby living below you. And like, you're acting like I'm gonna be like pulling tricks, like pulling tricks and selling drugs from the apartment below you.
Weren't drug dealers that lived down here better than Noreen?
Yes. Prior to Noreen, and they had actually gone up and knocked on Debbie's door and like solicited her daughter at one point. And I'm like, now you're concerned about me and like my toddler. I just told her, like, I really hope, like, people showed you more kindness when you're raising Alyssa in this house than you're showing me. I moved down here. She would, anytime the baby would cry and throw a tantrum, stomp across the floor. I would know what she was doing because she told me she did it to Noreen, throw 5-pound weights on the floor. So at that point, I was still managing a restaurant, and I primarily had babysitters working here instead of daycare in the evening hours, and they were frightened. They called the police at certain times. It was insane. So Christina had moved across the hall into my old apartment. I was down here. On a side note I left out, when she asked if she could keep my radiator covers that I mentioned. My dad and I had built them together, and I said to her, they fit down here. And I said, listen, let me see. I'm
I always want to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
I said, I'll see if I can have new ones built. My dad was sick with cancer at that point. I knew I wasn't going to be able to build them in his garage. Pepper was old enough that, like, I couldn't build anything without, you know, she was a baby. She was sleeping at that point. But still, I wanted to see if there was a possibility. So 2 months in, I'm dealing with crazy Debbie, and 2 months in, I realized it wasn't a possibility for me to build new radiator covers. So without texting, without calling, I called her down. I knew she was going to be upset. I said, can we talk? And I said, I looked into it. If someone else was to build the radiator covers that my dad built, it's going to be $700. Can I have my radiator covers back? She lost her shit.
Is this your friend that moved?
What is
hairdresser
wrong with
waves?
people?
Okay.
Is she still
It's
here?
been
Is she
2
here?
months. Oh, dude, this is gonna be a whole episode. So it's been 2 months. You can't take these. And I said, listen. I started crying, and I think you know me. I'm a tough chick.
Yeah.
In certain instances, like where I want to build friendships and relationships, especially if I'm a single mom and you're a single mom, and I thought we can help one another, and I just was like, I was doing everything I could to pull them down here. I don't know why with women I have these weak moments.
Radiator covers, though.
No, they're really pretty. Shut up. They're really pretty.
I'm just saying, like, it's a radiator cover. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, well, to me.
So you tell her she can't have her radiator covers?
Alright, and I thought it would be like, alright, it's okay. You built them with your bare hands. I accept this. It was not. It was, you only contact me if you need something. And I was like, wait, what? And she's like, I saw this coming, and I don't know, like, she came at me in the same way that, like, my mother does, that, like, it was like a punch in the gut, and somehow she had me apologizing. But by the end of the whole thing, she was like, come up and take them right now. It was 10 o'clock at night, and I asked to speak to her in person. I was like, your daughter's sleeping. I'm not gonna start
making all kinds of noise. Yeah,
I'll get them next week. Like, I'm sorry that you're disappointed, but this is just how it rolled out. She got her landlord involved, and apparently he didn't paint behind the radiator covers before he had them moved in. And he said to me, I can't have them for that reason.
So even though you built them,
you
put them in.
Yes.
Oh, is she still up there?
It gets better.
But wait, hold on. So they're completely not in anyone's apartment right now?
No, they're in hers.
Upstairs.
Up there.
Upstairs across the hall.
In her apartment where she lives?
Mm-hmm. So now, the deal was, if she was to keep these radiator covers, she was like, I'll give you money. And I said, she was my hairstylist. I said, just color and cut my hair for free. So the next time I saw her after that was when my pop died, and I had to give the eulogy. And it was kind of like sudden, but I didn't do my hair touched up because Pop would want me to look good. And, you know? And so I reached out to her, even though it was really tight.
All about image, yeah.
I was really tight about her not returning it. She had been my colorist for a while, and I reached out and I said, listen, my dad passed away. Can you fit me in the next few days?
Mind you, this is your father who built these
the radiator covers.
With you.
Yes. All right.
So, I go and I get my hair colored.
I texted you back about delivering us beer.
That's important. Here, you do that. Act like you're desperate and need beer. You can handle it. So what happened was,
like a weekend thing.
Okay, let me see if I can handle this now. Okay, go.
So what happened was, she colored my hair just before my dad's eulogy, gave me a trim. It's nothing that extreme. So it was a balayage and a trim.
Okay.
Charged me. Anyone want to take a guess?
$300.
$260 plus tip.
$300
Wait a
because
second.
that's how much a balayage costs.
Wait. But I thought
It
you
never did previously with
What
her.
was
She
it
was my
before?
friend.
Okay, so what she charged you before for a friend rate?
I can't remember, but
But it wasn't
less.
$200.
It wasn't $260.
Oh my
But I thought you were
God.
doing this stuff for free at this point.
She was
That
supposed
was
to.
the point. If you were gonna keep the radiator covers, then instead of you throwing me money, you were supposed to do my color and a trim for free.
Yeah.
So this was the first color and trim for free. And at that point, my dad just died. I was not in the mood to be combative.
Yeah.
I tipped her $60 on top.
Of the 260.
Yeah. Gave her $300. Walked out. I figured maybe she just forgot. I need my hair colored. I don't want to argue. Let's let it go. My landlord, after telling me I couldn't have my radiator covers back, said he would build me custom ones. Which it's been a year and a half later.
And you're still waiting.
No, I actually just
Okay.
got them a month ago. So I have the radiator covers.
How long? I mean, a month ago.
This
from-
one, no, you're looking at this one in the living room.
I know. That's from your parents.
That's from my parents' house.
But how long did it take from the time you said you would get them to the time that you actually got them? Oh my God, I didn't realize how important radiator covers
I
are.
know.
I had exposed
Well,
radiators in my World War II house.
Building cat.
Which was your World War II house? So the
Chapel
Coleman
Lab,
house?
yeah.
Yeah, that's the Coleman house.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
Yeah, I did.
the
I
way.
did. I didn't. I had it all exposed. Yeah, I didn't even have.
The thing where I think my parents tripped up was like I was half Coleman, half McDonough, which means like half super bougie. Which like for like I just like exposed radiator covers were like
Yeah, I
unacceptable
know.
to me.
Yeah, I get
but
it.
that's what like I was exposed to from birth. So like
the
now
chaos.
Yeah.
The chaos that these things
like
are
now
going.
that's not who I am as a
crazy.
person, although the radiator covers being covered is still who I am as a person.
Yes.
It's just a piece of me that well, you know, when me and my dad did it
Right.
cost us
No.
it cost us $100 in material. And that was the point. For me to take them from upstairs to downstairs, that was $100 in material because there's a different way that the old school used to do it, and it used to cost very minimal. And when you
But it wasn't about the money. It was about
about
the project.
and it was
Yeah.
about having my daughter not burn herself and not knock her head. And I will tell you, 3 months after we moved in here, Pepper was up on one of those chairs and she fell down and she had a huge knot
From
on the front of
real
from the radiator.
Without the cover.
She knocked into the solid radiator, which is cast iron without.
Hard.
So it wasn't a part of it was bougie, but a part of it wasn't. It was protecting my child.
Yeah. You know what? I have an exposed radiator in my bathroom. I think I need a cover for it. You want to come over and help me build one?
Absolutely, I know. Actually, no, I know no one who will help you with that. Unfortunately. So, moving on from that, like when she charged me that amount, I was like, wow, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I went and I got my color done just before my best friend's wedding. It came out so brassy. It was intentional.
It wasn't. Oh, from her?
It was orange.
What? She sabotaged your hair?
It was orange.
And you were paying her for it?
She did it in this living room. She didn't clean up the clippings. She didn't have to blow me out. I washed my own hair in the shower, and she charged me the same amount, $260.
Oh my God.
And it turned out so brassy the next day that Kim would never tell me to not be in her wedding, but I had a feeling that like even me, I didn't want to be. It was so red, and she knows that like I'm super Irish, super German, super English. If you use certain tones on me, she knows this. I turn out brass, like bright redhead. My sister's children are gingers. They're redheads. It's just so. From that point forward, I decided to never use her again. And one of my best friends, Michelle, recently colored my hair. I think it's not even blown out. I think it looks great. She did it in the kitchen. She charged me a bottle of wine. It was $24, and it came out great. Now, extended to that, I got a phone call. Oh, it gets good. It gets good, girls. It gets good. I got a phone call from my landlord. No one else. No. First it was from Crazy Deb.
She called you on the phone.
She called me on the phone, and she said, Christina's planning on having a 65 to 80 person party for a gender reveal party. She's pregnant.
What does that mean? 60 to 85
amount of people
in the house?
in
In the backyard.
How big is the backyard?
It's pretty big, but still, that's an
60 to 85.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cars.
I'm sorry, do you know
she's-
anyone in the cesspool industry?
Yeah, but she's pregnant for her gender
With
reveal.
twins.
What? And she already has a baby.
Yes.
No baby daddy living up there.
Well, now, I left this part out. Since she's moved into that apartment, her mom's moved in, her sister's moved in, and her new baby daddy's moved in.
one bedroom apartment.
And there is 6 people living up there
in
right
a
now.
1 bedroom apartment.
I recommended her for that apartment.
Oh my god.
Wait a second. What does Crazy Deb think about that?
Crazy Deb needed an ally. Because I hated Crazy Deb at that point.
Yeah.
So at first the first person who moved in was Christina's mom, who was about Crazy Deb's age. And they made friends.
Okay.
Crazy Deb is not happy with the 4 people who moved in since then. And the 2 people in Christina's womb.
She's still pregnant.
She's still pregnant.
I just feel like people are listening.
Yes, now you know what my life is like. You feel like people are listening. This is life in an apartment house because people are listening.
When are the babies due?
I think like October, November, because that's when they're due to move out.
Oh, they're moving out when the
okay.
babies are born.
Well, apparently he extended their lease against my wishes. He called me and he said, how would you feel about me extending your lease? And I said, absolutely not. I haven't had hot water in 3 months.
Oh my god.
There's an immense amount of people living upstairs. So
In a 1 bedroom apartment.
so he
Where are they all
so I had a mouse in my apartment recently. Now I'm a Coleman. I'm the type that will stand. You can't see me, but like
Hands
2
on the
feet,
hips.
hands on the hips, 2 feet apart, and I'll be like, "Fuck you, mouse. I'm gonna watch you until a man gets here." My landlord showed up and he had traps and he's like, we're gonna catch it. And I said, I have a 3-year-old in the house. You're not laying snap traps.
But they were Snapchats. Or
And I said, catch it.
not Snapchats.
Not Snapchats. Snapchat.
Trap.
What? How do you say it? Snap traps. Did I say Snapchat?
And not a trap house.
This isn't a trap house, but it might have been at some point. And the way things are going upstairs with multifamily 1-bedroom apartment, we call it a trap house. So he shows up, and I was like, that's not the way we do things. And he's like, who's we? And I was like, I have a 3-year-old in this apartment. Catch it. And he's like, I'm not catching a mouse, dude. And I was like, all right, stand behind me. Like, kind of like, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Watch this. So I catch this mouse.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You're saying this so nonchalantly. She catch a mouse. I see a mouse. What do you do when you see a mouse?
It's a bug on you. I swear, I just killed it. I just want to say for all the listeners, I'm never that brave. I just care about family. So there was a mouse.
I'm thinking the mouse is right behind me.
Oh, wait, I'm going to wipe that back.
Whatever. It's not a mouse.
So there was a mouse in my bathroom, and then I saw it like hide from me under a towel that I threw on my floor. And if you don't admit that you throw towels on your floor, you're
I do.
Oh my god.
horrible soul.
Picking towels up over
So, but I thought it was odd that the mouse was hiding from me. So I called Andrew, my landlord. He came here. He had traps, and I was like, "No, like, you're taking the mouse and removing it.
Yeah.
There's a 3-year-old, like, we can get sick. Like, we've never had this issue in the 4 years that we lived here, or a little less. And he was like, she wouldn't be, so I caught the mouse, right? And I run outside, and I shake the towel out in the front yard, and it's a dead mouse. But I thought I was so epic. I thought I was like the most amazing, like, crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
Like, catching the mouse, shaking him out in the front yard. I was gonna set him free. Apparently, the girl across the hall is having a little issue, and it's being bombed over there. So I just had, like, a dead mouse here.
So he probably ate the poison and came to your house.
So we have a 65 to 80 person party across the hall. We have mice. I recently found out that she has cockroaches across the... This has never been a thing.
Hold on.
No.
Cockroaches.
Oh.
Have you seen one in your apartment?
No. Alright, so Amy knows she's grown up with me. I grew up super bougie, super sheltered. Although I come across harsh, I don't know where cockroaches come from. They're like dinosaurs to me. Like,
But they are dinosaurs. I think they've been around for like a million years.
Yeah, but I've honestly, other than in restaurants I've worked in, I've never seen a cockroach in my life.
Like a home.
So, luckily, they don't live over here. I really hammered the landlord with questions as if, like, it was the O.J. Simpson trial. Like, hardcore questions. Apparently, they follow the pipes.
Okay.
So the chances are they'll make it up to the 3rd floor before they ever make it across the hallway. When I first found out about this, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna pack my doors with towels.
I've like heard
Dude, I don't do bugs. I don't do bugs at all.
No.
He was good. He didn't make me sign into a lease.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually living here with no lease. I told him, like, I'm not gonna sign into a lease. That's just not how things are gonna go. But upstairs, they were having this 65 to 80 person party, and I found out from Debbie upstairs, crazy girl, that they were having a party. So my first concern, as a complete legend in the cesspool field, my father was the president of Long Island Liquid Waste for like 40 years, and to me, if he's the president, that makes me like the first child of shit. You know, I am epic. So anytime my landlord has told me, like, hey, I see you getting Cottonelle shipped to the house, you better not flush it, and I'm like, bitch, I know, you ain't gotta tell me. My family tells you what not to flush. So, when I heard about this 80-person party, the first thing I said...
where are all these people going to the bathroom?
Exactly.
She did a porta potty like Farrah?
She got, like, one crappy one. You guys want to know the truth? Alright, so Amy knows my oldest brother is, like, super devious. I'm looking left and right to make sure no one's listening. I've been running the water every night to now create septic system problems for my landlord because he's been such a douche about this party. No, nothing.
Wait. Did this party happen yet?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna get to that. But she has like 6 people living upstairs. I haven't had a hot shower in months.
He's giving you a problem?
Not answering any of my texts or voicemails or anything at this point. Like, acting like I'm being petty. So,
Because
Neil, my brother, told me, listen, just trickle the water overnight from now on. He's going to end up with a septic system disaster. No one's going to be able to trace it back to you. It's going to keep overflowing, and it's going to cause some tests. I'm saying this. Stop. No one knows where I live.
Wait a second. This is where the cockroaches are coming from.
The septic? No, I don't know where they're coming from. But I just know that if you're not going to respect me and answer certain things that I'm saying,
you're going to sabotage the situation.
I'm calling. Go fuck yourself. That's how Coleman's roll.
And I could just hear Neil telling her how to do
In the
that.
voice. This is what you gotta do.
You just gotta do this.
Don't run it so high that other people from like other apartments can hear you running the water.
Don't want to hear the water
Just
running.
trickle it. Just trickle it every night, and he'll be fucked. And it will teach him to go fuck himself. Because he should go fuck himself. I love my brother. Anyhow, so I've been trickling.
Our brothers. We're like the brother loving.
So I've just been trickling the water in the evenings, and all it's really doing for me at this point is creating this like shit
you pay
smell.
For your own water?
No, it's creating this shit smell in my bathroom, and Neil's like, "You're at that point, cool." And I'm like, "I don't want to be the one to call. I want other people to smell the shit problem." And he's like, "But you're the first apartment to smell the shit." And I'm like,
all the people, but you're expecting it, so it's like in your mind, and you know it's coming.
Well,
so
and also, we grew up knowing cesspool.
Yeah, what it is.
Across the hall, she's handicapped. She's not gonna smell.
No, does she have a nose problem?
Now I'm starting to think
It's gonna
like
take a while to
we're
get
gonna have to hit
upstairs.
the second floor.
It's gonna come up through your tub
I'm
and
just
nobody
gonna call.
else's.
I'm just gonna call. Anyhow. So this 65 to 80 person party was about to take place, and 6 days prior I got a message, and my landlord gave me a heads up. She's gonna want you to park in the street. Oh, thank you. And I told him, well,
No
you can tell her to go
way.
fuck herself. And he's like, this is the night of the mouse. And he's like, you're being over dramatic. And I said, I pay more than anybody else does in this house for my apartment and my parking spot. I have a 3-year-old. No one else, and this is the truth, no one else in this apartment works 50 hours a week. I do. I'm out of this house by 7 a.m. with my daughter every morning, and I don't come back till who knows when in the evenings. No one else does that. A lot of people live on disability. A lot of people live on child support here. The weekends are my grocery errands, my shit. If I need hair product errands, if I need like in and out of the driveway the whole weekend, it's just really inconvenient. And if it's 65 to 80 people, where am I gonna park? 3 blocks down?
Yeah.
And it's all over 8 o'clock at night. Am I parking 3 blocks down?
And then walking.
And then walking
Mm-hmm.
with the sleeping.
No,
So
you're not.
she asks 6 days before. At 11 o'clock in the afternoon.
She asked everyone else to do it too.
Crazy Debbie gave me a heads up. And told me
She's
that
really trying to be an ally at this
and
point.
told me that she was gonna give an absolute no.
Yeah.
So I get the message and I say no. One word. Thinking I am an ally. Well, Debbie said she would. And my response was, I don't care what Debbie says. I have a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
I work 50 hours a week minimum. I'm not parking down the block, etc., etc. I'm shaking when I say this. And then I'm thinking, Kara, you being petty? Kara, you being petty? Kara, you being petty? Kara, you being petty? I realized I do have something else to do on that day. And I said, listen, I'm going to be out majority of the day.
Yeah.
I'm going to park at the base of the driveway when I get back, so that the backyard's empty. I think I'm doing the right thing. I park at the driveway the night before, thinking I'm doing the right thing. I wake up the next day, and by noon, the whole back parking area is filled with cars. She had her car, her baby daddy car, and their family all parking that area. So she didn't want that area for tables.
She wanted it
For the parking.
privilege.
So I mentioned, listen, I'm leaving. I have a couple birthday parties to go to. I'm going to see my sister Robbie's son, Garrett, show this evening. Well, I'll be back later in the evening. It's going to be late. I'm going to park at the base of the driveway. If anyone needs to get out later in the evening, have them park in the driveway. I don't want to block anyone in. Really trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I start getting like white trash messages from the baby daddy.
My God.
Like crazy shit. So we'll fast forward. Party happened. I got back. Everyone was gone. I parked in my spot yesterday. She likes to park in the street in front of the house because she doesn't like to walk from behind the driveway. Apparently, that's a far walk. I get a phone call from Deb. I'm at work midday. I think like the house is burning down. I just need to let you know that Christina was parked in the street, and while she was parked,
Her car
someone
hit.
plowed into her car.
Oh my
God.
And all I had to say to her was, now you know why we don't want to park in the street.
On that note, I'm parked in the street.
I know.
So we're gonna wrap this one up.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of technical difficulties, so you didn't get our initial reaction, but I'm telling you, we will have Kara back.
Yes.
Because we have more stories to tell.
Oh my God.
And to listen to. It's pretty awesome. It's good, right?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I have a car to drive tomorrow. We're going to say goodbye. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram.
Facebook.
We're on iTunes now.
Yes. Twitter.
Yeah, we gotta get on Twitter so we can follow
We
Caitlin
are.
Lardy.
Yes, we're all going to do that.
Because I'm her biggest fan.
And I think Snapchat, because I saw it.
I made it.
I saw it today. I had no idea.
You know what? With Snapchat though, they need to. Snapchat
we have to
needs
fix
to,
it up a little bit. Yeah, because I have the same. Yeah.
You
That's
have to
your
literally
taste.
log
We'll just get my
over
14-year-old niece on that because she.
All right. We're gonna.
I became friends with her on Snapchat today, and she sent me some epic
She
shit.
did. Because it says Dina, and then underneath is username, so we have to figure
And
out.
then underneath it says 15 and under should use this application.
Oh.
Yeah, for
Interesting.
Snapchat.
Okay.
That's what it says. It says if you're gonna navigate it appropriately, you should be 14.
Yeah, you
Well, I
should
guess we are over
put
that.
yourself
Yeah.
out there. All right. So listen to us. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.